Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to see one of the interesting components, calendar. So by default, in Oracle Apex, we have a template called calendar to showcase the events or what are the things in the calendar styled UI. So how to create a calendar and we will be exploring that calendar component in this video. So first of all, I just created a page calendar. Under that, I'm going to create one region. So in this region, I'm going to name it as calendar. So on the type, I'm going to select as calendar. So type is calendar. So once it is selected, it will be asked you to enter the source for this calendar. There are different types of source available like table of view, SQL query, and most of the things which we will be seeing in the other components. So as of now, I'm going to select as a table. So in this, I'm going to select a table as holiday. So this is the table type I'm having. So I'm going to select this holiday. So once it is selected, you just go to this attributes. Under the attributes, it will ask you to enter these properties. So display column, so this is the column which will be shown in the calendar. For that, I'm going to select these are the columns available under the table. I'm going to select holiday name as a display column, and there will be a start and end date. Suppose if the event is like more than one day, then you can mention the start and end date, that it will be shown as a including all the dates. Currently I don't have like this continuous date, so that I'm going to select a single day, that is a start date. You can leave the end date as a blank. So the primary key you need to select. So primary key is id in my case, so I'm going to select. So once it is done, I'm going to run this page. So here it is, you can see this calendar styled view has come. So this is a calendar view. From this you can just note what are the calendars days, and it will show. And this is the event. So 25th December is a Christmas. So this is the event we are just getting from our table source. So this is the thing. Here you can see arrows, the left and right arrow. So using this, you can navigate between the months. So here you can see in the October month we are getting Diwali, like that. You can just navigate in the 15th August. We are getting this Independence Day. So like this, we can just navigate between this month, and it will display all the events which is created under that particular dates and the year. So it will list down the events like this. If there are multiple events, it will be displayed like Independence Day, next event likewise. Multiple events will be displayed here. And as well as here you can see, you are having two options like the month and the list. So month is, it will show the particular month all the events in a calendar style UI. If you want to see all the events in the particular month as a list view, you can just click on this list. So this will list down all the events as a list view, in the list view. So one by one it will list. And if you want to view in a calendar view, then you can just switch to this, and you can just see this in a calendar view. So this is calendar view and the list view. So we have two things. So this is the use of this calendar. And if you click on this today, it will just navigate to the current date of this calendar month. So where we can use is like if you want to implement the events or the reminders, or the same scenario like public holidays, you want to display as a calendar style UI, you can just pick it up, this component, calendar component, and you can just implement this logic in your application to showcase in a enhanced way. So what are the properties are available under this calendar? Let us explore now. So once you just select the calendar, in the region you will see as usual, which you see in the other things like appearance and the templates. Now you just go to this attributes. In the attribute, we have just seen now display column, which will be displayed here. And this is start date. You need to give the event date, start and end date, primary key. And this event sorting is nothing but it will just sort the events. If there are multiple events, then it will be sorted according to the name or time. So you can just select it here, by which that you need to sort, like by region, so or automatic. So automatic it will be sorting. Then you can just see here the show time. So this will show the time. If you check this property, it will ask you for first 9 hours. So based on the, for example, if your company is starting time is 9 to 5, likewise you can just give. Then it will list down that based on the time wise, it will list down the like events. It is not like based on the time, it will list down in a particular day, these are the events, like this it will just list it down. And this is the supplemental information. So you can just give what are the things to be shown on the calendar. You can just write your own HTML content here, so that it will be listed down. And this multiple line events is if there are multiple events, like for example in the particular day there are more than two or three, then the event should be like listed on in the new lines. The new events should be listed on in the new line, that is multiple line events. So if you check this, then the events will be separated using in the next line. If you uncheck, then it will be in the same single line. So this tooltip is like, I will show the demo of the tooltip. So I'm running this page. So in this page you can notice that I'm getting this event Christmas. So if you over that, I'm getting a pop-up stating that Christmas on December 25, some information is getting on hovering that. Likewise, the information can be customized by using this supplemental information. You can just give your own HTML content, so that it will be list that tooltip will be customized, and you need to reference your column either by substitution string. Like this, you can just reference your columns here. So on the tooltip is, if you uncheck this, then it will not show the tooltip. Once you over your mouse over that, that is the advantage. And the list is, this is the views we have having, like month wise view and list view. If you uncheck that, then that will not be shown here. For example, the list, I'm just unchecking the list and saving this, and I'm running this calendar again. So now you can see the list option is removed from the UI. So now you will not have the option to display the events in a list view. So if you want, you can just remove that, or otherwise you can just use that. And this navigation is the, again the thing is like, I will just show this. So this navigation, you can see the left arrow and right arrow, this is the navigation. So once you want, in some scenarios you need to display only the current month details or events. You should not allow the users to navigate between the events, between the months. At the time, you can just restrict this by disabling this navigation. If I just refresh, then this navigation buttons will be disabled. So this is the use case of that thing. You can just enable or disable the navigation, and you can use the list view. And this is the drag and drop feature. This will be covered in this future session, this drag and drop. And this create link, if you click on this particular event, for example, if you click on this date, then you can also create your event on the particular calendar view using this create link. You need to design one entry form, and you need to, on clicking on this, it will ask you to redirect. Here you need to select your entry form page, and you can just pass your values like this. Here you can just pass your request, and you can just set this item. So from this, we can just create a event from this. This also will be covered in the future upcoming videos. We will do a dedicated video on this particular topics. So this is the maximum events or entries. Suppose if there are more than few events in the particular date, then you can just fetch, you can restrict the number of events, like only maximum 10 events needs to be displayed. So like this. And this weekend, show weekend is like, it will show the weekends. If you remove that, it will not show. And you can just customize your calendar using your CSS styles, which is coming from the SQL query, that is from your source query source, it should be coming. So you can just define your class name from your query, and from this we can select the class name. And one more advantage is, you can just download this calendar events as a file. So from this file, this is a event. For example, I'm getting Christmas, this is a event. From this we can just download. For example, you need to download your public holidays file as a export file. Then you can just design this view, and you can just enable under this export. You can just, there are different types like iCal, XML file, and CSV. We will be using this frequent CSV file. Once you just enable that, then you will get a CSV wordings below. If you scroll this, you can see here CSV. Using this, if you click on this, then it will be download as a CSV file. Here you can see calendar for the month. The month, it will be downloaded for this current month. This will be downloaded as a CSV file. So using that, you can download the all the events using this. And this performance loading and other things. So these are the major properties you will be using. And these are the thing you will be using more, like creating the events or drag and drop functionality. Everything will be covered in the upcoming sessions. So this is the use case of this, using calendar to display our events, like public holiday events, or like events, or the meeting events, or to do's, those kind of scenarios. You can apply, you can use this UI for enhancing that applications. So if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel Tanige Solution and put a like to this video, and please share this video to our Apex community. So if you want to do some other topics on the video, so please drop a comment, so that we will just do a dedicated video on the particular topics in the upcoming videos. Thank you.